Now, we all know that the arrival of a new baby means time off work for the mum, and now with shared parental leave, the dad as well. But should grandparents be allowed time off to mark the occasion? Lifestyle company Saga has announced it will give all grandparents who work for them 1 week of paid leave to be with their new grandchild. So is this something that maybe all companies should be catching on to, Linda?
Well,
would you appreciate a week off to look after your grandchild?
No, I don't think the company should have to do it. I mean, if you can do it, then you can do it. I mean, luckily enough, I don't work every day of the week, so I have my grandchildren 2 or 3 days a week when my daughter works. I had a bit of a mishap yesterday because Steve dropped them round to me at 7:15 in the morning on his way to work. So I got them ready for school, given their breakfast, a little bit of chocolate, not a lot, and then took them to school. And I can't drive now because I haven't got a car anymore. So Louis' partner gave us a lift to school, so we got them there on time. Then I went shopping with Bobby Girl, and in my head I was picking them up at 3:45, but at 3:15 I was indoors. I was just got out the bath. I was getting dressed because I was going to a premiere last night, and I got a phone call from Lauren going, "Why aren't you at the school? You're supposed to pick them up at 3:15. I can't tell you, I went into panic mode and I couldn't get anyone to give me a lift, so I had to run to the school, and I'm not the fittest woman in the world, so I was legging it up the road and crying on my way there, thinking, oh, my God, they're going to be standing in the playground on their own, no one's there, it's freezing cold. Got there, they were sitting in the office with the secretary, Martine, and the caretaker were sitting there, and they went, don't worry, they're fine, they've had lots of chocolate. Oh. And they're going to me, why are you crying, Nan? I said, because I thought you were there in the playground freezing cold. Oh, anyway, Lauren's still my friend, thank God.
Of course.
And you bought them lots of chocolate on the way home.
Chocolate on the way home.
Yeah, and they will never remember this, but you will.
I will remember it, because that's the first time I've ever been late for them. Yeah. But I don't think we should give like grandparents time off. I think it's like, if you can do it, you can do it. If you can't, if you're working, then you can't ask for time off to look after grandchildren.
I mean, not all grandparents work, but it's true that more grandparents work now than ever before. But looking at it briefly, just as the employer's point of view, they've already, by law, give maternity leave and paternity leave, and now there's a big push to try and give menopause leave as well. And
no one will ever be at work.
That's well, you could say that, but looking at it another way, women who are really ambitious might think, oh, well, you know, it's not good to keep taking all this leave. I don't know that you ought to offer so much leave. I don't think it's necessarily a good thing. I agree with you, Linda. If grandparents can do it, great. But on another matter, Saga offering this time off in one block, that's not really useful. Why not say to any grandparents, right, as a gift to you, to show you, you know, what a considerate company we are, we'll let grandparents of both sexes have, you know, 5 days over a whole year of the first year of that child's life to be with their children.
But you see, in a way, I disagree with that, because I think that all women who have children, have babies, really want their mother, if they can, to be with them for the first week or the first few days, because that's when you, particularly your first child, you don't know really what you're doing, so you want your mum there. It's just one of those instinctive things. It's great that Saga, you know, are generous enough to do this, but how can companies who are already strapped because of COVID, how could they afford this? So I think it's just not workable, however a nice idea it is. But and also Saga do have sympathy towards the older generation, don't they? So it's a good PR exercise, apart from being generous.
But as things stand at the moment, the number of men that take up the full amount of paternity leave is very, very small. And I remember this big fuss made when paternity leave was put in, you know, enshrined in law. And yet, isn't it extraordinary that men aren't that keen to do it?
Well, anyway, from my house at 4 o'clock in the morning last night with a screaming baby, I wouldn't have blamed Frank for wanting to...
Frank wasn't off at the moment.
No,
You'd be stuck.
He's very good, but yeah, it's much more difficult being at home than it is at work, let me tell you, as I well know at the moment. But with a 9-month-old who just wants to be here on my hip. Anyway, he's very cute.